Happy days. Right then, team, welcome back to the Scratch Record podcast. We are joined today by lottery winners. How are you, mate? How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's just me, though. Just me, Tom. So, but I am the main one. I'm like 85% of the band, I'd say. So you've got a good deal there.
Yeah, quote it, clip it up, send it to the rest of the band. I think.
That's a new record of 5 seconds in. He's upset the rest of the band already.
Oh, mate, I upset him daily. It's all right.
How are you, mate? You okay?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling nice, feeling fresh, feeling sexy and free. I feel good, man. How are you both?
Fuck,
you look
feel
sexy
better than us.
I'm sexy, but I'm stressed and sexy.
Sexy and caged.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're putting on a festival tomorrow in our hometown. Our first festival as promoters, sort of thing. So we're got a busy couple of days, haven't we?
Yeah,
so we're feeling quite
manic.
stressed. But
who's playing it?
Covasets, Bilk, Second Thoughts, Molly Berman, The Claws. No, you're testing us.
Yeah, Le
Objectif for coming down.
A lot of local ones.
And then we've got, there's like 25, 26 bands playing across 3 venues. So yeah, it's gonna be good fun, man. It's gonna be good crack.
Yeah, you should have probably booked a good band though.
Thank God this is going out afterwards.
This is going out after not being popped out tonight.
Yeah, there's loads on there actually. Like we're doing a tour with The Claws coming up with the Ratings, I think. Like both of us are doing that. They're a sick band. Bilk I really like as well. So yeah, sick lineup there. What's on that whiteboard behind you apart from nothing? Some shapes. Is that good? Why you not?
It's just
stressed about the festival if you'd have planned it.
That's the plan. It's done.
I've got a bigger one down the house. So this one was the starter of everything. And now I was like, I need to upgrade.
Right.
But I can't get it out the wall without taking half the wall with it. So it's kind of now
we just played knots and crosses on it.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh dear.
Lovely stuff. Well, right, to start with, we've been doing like a quick fire questions sort of thing, try and just get to know you in maybe a little bit of a different way than what people might do normally. So what's the first thing what's the first thing you grab in the morning?
Me mum might watch this.
You just gotta be honest. We don't take the answers.
Don't shoot the messenger. You know what I mean? We're just giving the people what they want.
I grab my glasses because I can't see without them and I need to be able to see in the day. It's essential.
You fucking
boring.
All right, my tiny penis.
Yeah. You can have a wank without your glasses on, sure.
I prefer it actually. I want to magnify everything quite a lot. So
helpful.
Yeah, that's nice.
Festival or gigs?
I like festivals, mate. Really like festivals. Just turn up, smash it, get off. No stress.
Nice.
Love it.
Stress for you, not stress for me. Stress for the promoters.
Stress for promoters.
None for me.
Well, shower or baths?
You know what? I treated myself to the first bath. I know this is supposed to be quick fire, but I'm not that kind of guy.
No, it's fine.
I treated myself to my first bath. I just got back off from Holland and I had a bath. And you know what? It was 10 out of 10. I really liked it. So I've always been a shower man, but I think I might upgrade to a bath.
They're a treat. I'm a shower man, but every now and again, they are fucking good to have a nice little bath.
Oh, light some candles, get a bath bomb in.
Yeah.
Watch
Do
TikTok.
Go the whole way. Everything. Light off, candles, and just fucking lie there. It's quite nice.
I don't fit in the bath.
Love yourself.
You'd fit in a big
enough. I'm a much bigger man than you.
How big are you?
Well, girthy I am. I'm not very tall, but
My
I'm
issue
girthy.
my issue is I'm 6'6", so when I sit in a bath, it's either I've got my top half are in the bath or my legs are in the bath. I can't get my whole body underwater, which is a fucking disappointment. So I sit there and half of me's cold.
Buy a bigger bath.
What's it like to be tall as fuck, man? Like, I've always wished I was tall as fuck. Do you just are you a king? You just walk around being a king?
Essentially. It pros and cons. When you start banging your head on shit, it does get frustrating. Walk into a doorway and and you twat your forehead off it. You're like,
it's not good at gigs. You'll never come to the front and
I won't
bands because no one behind me can see.
I get really, I do get really awkward. So everyone will go to the front and they're like, yeah, come, and I'm like. No, especially if like we went to a Kovasets gig in Manchester, and the demographic was like 5'6", 5'7". I'm like a foot taller than everyone, and I walked across the bar and I was like, I am not leaving the sides of this venue because I stick out like a fucking sore thumb.
Yeah. And do people always comment on like, Jesus, you're tall? Do you get that all the time?
Yeah.
What are the top 3 things that people say? Like, what should people stop saying to tall people?
What's the weather like up there? That's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Exactly the fucking same as what you're getting, you cheeky twat.
Do you hit your head?
Yeah. Do you bang your head on things? Yes, I do. Yeah. How do you get trousers that fit you? I don't. They're always too short.
Right, so everyone needs to stop saying those things to tall guys because they've heard it all before.
It's annoying. Yeah. It's annoying. Hey, the game's a game, though. You know, blessing and a curse. Most overrated artist.
Oh, I'm not here to slag anyone off, but I've got a list. No. I don't know, man. You know, if anyone's making art, then I am here for it. Like, do your thing, and just, you know, some people are gonna like you, some people not gonna like you. I know that I would rather be hated than not noticed. So everybody making art. Too tight. Look how small my thumbs are, by the way. Like that's my curse. I've got really tiny thumbs, man.
They look all right.
So. Maybe it's not a good angle. Like, they're really small. If you put them next to your grandma's thumb would just dwarf it. Top 3 things that people should stop saying to people with tiny thumbs. How do you hitchhike?
Yeah.
I can't. Are you giving me a thumbs up, or are you being sarcastic? And if you like my Facebook profile picture, is it only half a like? They're top 3 things that people need to stop saying to people with tiny thumbs.
Don't stop saying it because that's funny. Keep doing it.
Fucking hell.
What I can do is give you 3 options of what people have said are overrated recently, and you can say if you agree. We've had Blossoms, Catfish and the Bottlemen, and Queen.
Oh, mate. Queen are my favourite band of all time. Like, they're, if anything, completely underrated.
Yeah.
Like, the reason that I ever wanted to be in a band is because I used to, like an absolute nerd with no mates, I used to dress up as Freddie Mercury in school with the yellow jacket and the mustache and that. And I used to just religiously watch Queen live at Wembley. So, no, I disagree with that one. Queen are the greatest. Who was the others? Blossoms. I love Blossoms. Beautiful lads. Know them. Not going to slag them off.
No.
Right. I went to their lockdown gig. You know, the one that they did at Sefton Park.
Yeah.
It was like the first gig out after COVID, and that was like, I was on the guest list, obviously.
Of course.
The circles.
Yeah, obviously. But like, that was just dead emotional, and I liked Blossoms before that, but to go to that gig, that gave me like this whole new emotional connection with Blossoms. So no, I really like Blossoms. Who was the other one?
Catfish.
I know that as well. Van's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
Great songwriter. No, I can't slag any of them off, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's
I really like them all.
We tried. We tried with some TikTok views, but that's fine.
I'm trying to think who I can slag off. Embrace. I don't know if you know anything about that.
We want to get onto it.
Skipping the rest of the quickfire questions.
Slagging them off. They've got really great songs that Chris Martin wrote from. So.
Fuck, we're definitely.
No, listen, I'll get in trouble. Like, I just want to put on the record. Got no problem with Embrace at all. I think they're lovely.
Why are you winking?
Like,
this is audio. We can make it look like you're doing anything.
Right? Sign that says "I hate Embrace."
We can just edit it in. Don't worry. It doesn't really matter what you actually say. We'll just change it.
Christ. What's the most underrated band at the moment then? What are you really listening to that you really enjoy? No one else quite likes.
Oh, there's probably a few that I'm into. I really like Zuzu. I think she's one of the greatest songwriters. Yeah, she also was on that Sefton Park gig actually, and I did a bit of writing with her recently, and just being in a room with her when she just like goes quiet, and she's like, right, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me, and you're like, whoa. And then she just like she'll like write this like amazing verse. Like, she's fucking great. I think Zuzu is an exciting songwriter. There's a band called the Hubbards that never really did much, from Hull, and I swear they're supposed to put out an album, but I think they've all like got kids in that now, and it's a crying shame because I think they were one of the greatest. I really, really like them. I like loads of bands, man. There's loads of good music out there at the moment. There really is.
Nice. And are you Wigan based, or have we made that up?
We're from Leigh. A lot of people in Leigh would be very offended if you asked them if they were Wigan based. Not me. I'm an easygoing kind of guy. You know me. But so there's a very stark difference between Wigan and Leigh. Okay. But it is in the Wigan borough.
The Wigan, in the vicinity of Wigan.
Nearby.
It says Wigan on my wheelie bin.
That counts in my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so because there's a lot of, in that part of the country, there's a hell of a lot of bands coming out like over the last few years, and even now they're fucking brilliant. Just really,
like who?
Best in general. The Lathams, Stanleys, they're both Wigan.
Yeah, I know both of them. Yeah, both of them, but mates. Yeah, they're really good. Lathams just absolutely smashed it, didn't they? Like straight out the gates.
It's completely it feel like for them it seems to have just kind of gone to new heights, doesn't it? Like the whole thing has just completely shifted from them in the right direction over lockdown, because we've been listening to them. Oh, you got their first little EP thing, didn't you?
I've got this first CD they did. There's only like 50 of them and they're numbered. I've got number 2. I fucking loved them before anything had come out. It is one of those, I know everyone says that about a lot of bands, but they're like one of the little babies that are saw nothing. And
before Sex on Fire.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, fucking
no fair.
There's fucking class.
There's another band from Wigan that are great as well called The Facades. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're just like breaking through. They're really good. There's loads of, I think like the Northwest generally, it's just like, my theory is because loads of my mates are just like really, really good musicians and like weirdly good. And they're all dumb as fuck. Like that, none of them could do any kind of skill in life, but they're all fucking sick musicians. And I'm not a sick musician, but I'm with them on that. And I think it's because we're from like these working class towns and the schools are so shit. Like my school was shit. And it made you like focus on expressing yourself in other ways and finding like other outlets, because nobody wanted to be a doctor because it just wasn't feasible. So like people picked up a guitar instead. So I think that's why you have like such a great influx of bands from the Northwest or from working class towns. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, well, we had this conversation with the Kooks last week, and they when it
name dropping there, aren't you? We can see the Kooks.
Hang on, real of the ones that you were like, I'm just mates with them. We're buddy, you know.
We have friends too.
Yeah, I'm mates with Queen. Mate, sorry, bro. The mate's just ringing me. Just let me answer that. I'm not naive. I know what you're doing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But anyway, we spoke to them last week about it, and we were talking about how like the actual like political system that we're in at the moment is almost like we're kind of brewing this bit of a bit of like the working class revolution-y type thing, because we've been this Tory government has not been the best for the working class towns and stuff like that. And we think that it seems that we come to the conclusion that like it leans parallel to like the increase in indie music again. Do you know what I mean? Like you see your peaks and troughs of the indie music scene, and you think it starts to rear its head again after there's been a little bit of downtreading of and not necessarily the right funding or like schoolwork or actual like real opportunities for young kids, especially in the working class areas. And then they pick up a guitar, which if they've got nothing else to do and no other real prospects, and just somehow actually take to it because they've got more time. If they'll push down a route of like being a fucking accountant or something, like you're probably not going to have as much time to piss about on a guitar or piss about on the drums and be like, oh shit, I'm actually all right at this.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think you're right. And I think that like that whole retrain shit that, you know, and I think that there's been kind of like a revolt against that, and people are like, no, art is important, and like, you know, music is so important. Music is fucking well important to me. It is the most, and you know what, as soon as fucking something happens in the world, as soon as there's like a disaster, it's like all musicians have to get together and do a bloody live aid. You know what I mean? Like,
what are we going to do for charity work? What charity work's going to happen if there's no musicians?
All the retrained people just go and fucking do numbers on stage.
All the accountants.
Just get all the accountants. We'll do your books.
Do your books for charity. It's just not
do your books for 10% off, won't we? You know.
No disrespect to accountants, by the way. Like, I've got one. Need it.
We've got three. We've got three knocking about. Our friendship group, we try and keep tight. We love a good accountant. They help you out.
You need them. You need them people. Yeah.
Do indeed. Right. I want to talk about the Albert Hall gig you sold out in 12 hours.
Yeah, man. Well, more like 10 and a half, I think it was.
At least you get it right.
It says I think it was like he doesn't know. It's 10 hours, 23 minutes.
Something like that. 10 hours and 37 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was wild, man. Like, I remember saying, let's do the Albert Hall, and I remember a few people being like, nah, why don't we just, it's too big. Like, we'll go a bit small. And I was like, no, let's do it. I think we'll be all right. Actually, I was like, let's do the Apollo.
Nice.
He's like, no, you're crazy. You can't do that. But I want to do that next time. Yeah, man, like less than a day, buzzing with that. Mental. It's starting to feel like we're a proper band now. Like, it's just, we've been working out for a long time, and like we're really starting to see the fruits of the labor now, I think. And just like we did a bunch of main stages at festivals this year to like thousands of people, and then like people know who we are everywhere. Oh, it's wild, man. Like, I'll never take it for granted, and I'll never get used to it. It still blows my mind that like that people listen to us. Yeah. But you know, at home, like, or in the car or whatever, it blows my mind. But they do. Yeah, they do, because I've got a lot of people monthly listeners.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that do, and especially like selling tickets at the moment, like we've found, and like everyone's found, it's not fucking easy to do. Even when people want to come see you, people don't have the money, don't have the time. So to sell that many tickets,
ask Embrace, man. They sold like none. So.
Right, I had another line of questioning.
Stop that.
No. We had another line of questioning.
No, stop. I can't open that wound again.
You can. Can we talk about? I'd like to talk about. What give us the story?
I'm going to be very conservative, and I'm going to be very media about it, as long as you know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know. I don't know how to be media, because that's not my personality whatsoever.
I mean, we don't put anything out that is normal mainstream media, mate.
No, honestly, I don't really know what happened there. I think they made a bad decision. I think they made a really bad decision. I think it wasn't them that made the decision. It was someone that they worked with who just instantly disliked us and treated us like, instantly disliked us maybe. And there was a small misunderstanding with stage times, and they decided to pull us off the tour, which greatly cost us financially. And you know, like, we're mates. I thought we were mates with the band, so I just thought it was a bit naff.
So for a bit of background, like you basically were on tour with them for the whole tour, supporting them, and then halfway through got pulled off the tour, and then
was it 3 or 4 days, I think. And these are just the facts, okay? So I'm not expressing anything.
Yeah, no.
So 4 days into the tour, they pulled us off the tour and replaced us with the guitarist's daughter's band. The last time they toured, 3 days into the tour, they pulled off the support band and replaced them with the guitarist's girlfriend's band. Now, I'm not saying anything about that. That's just the facts.
Yeah.
What? I didn't say nepotism. I don't know who said that.
I heard that as well. Someone outside.
Someone said it, but it wasn't me. I think it was me mum. Mum, stop slapping up in brains. Honestly, I kind of put it all to bed now. Like we went and did our tour of Europe, and then like we put this Albert Hall thing on sale, and we've just moved on. And like, there's no hard feelings from us. There's no hard feelings from them. And I hope one day we can. This is a race pun. Rise from the ashes. It's one of their songs, and I'll get on. Yeah, and I'm sure we will.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. That European tour that you went on, what was your favourite country you went to? Right then, team, sorry to interrupt the podcast, but we are yet again sponsored by our good friends at Photo Mafia Studios. They're a photography brand that works with lots of different people in fashion, music, artists, all the types of the creative arts that you want. They take photos, videography, and they have a really, really affordable and cheap studio hire for £25 an hour based in Northampton. If you want to get involved with them, they do a range of podcasts that they produce and they help shoot for. And if you're thinking about getting into that space, then they are the good ones to get in contact with, because they've helped us out with a few things in the past with press shots and everything like that. If you want to keep an eye on what they're doing, they have lots of update. They run exhibitions, they run art shows, they help out with lessons and upcoming bands and stuff like that. They get the gigs out there. They really do push for the Northamptonshire scene. It's really good to see, and it's really good for us lot that are also involved. They're a brilliant brand to work with. We love working with Photo Mafia Studios, and if you want to get involved with them, make sure you check out their website, www.photomafiastudios.com, and also their social media at Photo Mafia Studios. They are brilliant. And we love Photo Mafia Studios. They are a quality brand to work with. And if you want to get involved, you know where to look. They have a range of books and stuff that are on sale. So go check them out. They've got really good studio space and they are a pleasure to work with.
Well, we only went to 2. Actually, no, we drove through a few of us.
Okay.
It was just it was Holland. We did a bunch of dates in Holland and then we ended up in France and then came home. And out of the 2, Holland, it's amazing. Everybody's like your height, like 6'6". Everyone's beautiful. Like, are you Dutch? Like, maybe you are. Maybe you are.
Somewhere down there. My mum said, my old man's only 6 foot, so my mum says there was a milkman, so he
yeah. Yeah, so you've got a Dutch milkman.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, everyone's just beautiful. You get treated so well when you're a band out there. The gigs were all completely sold out. Like, it's just amazing, beautiful place. Like, I think I'm going to move there probably one day.
Yeah.
But I don't take drugs or I don't even drink. I'm like teetotal now. So I feel like Amsterdam was a bit wasted on me. But like all the other places, I've done Amsterdam before, but like the other, like, I can't remember what they were called now. They've all got weird names, but they're all really good places. So just like go on the map, find the weirdest name, go to it. I bet it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's very flat as well, isn't it? There's not many hills.
Very flat, which is why so many bikes. That's what I heard. That's why. Yeah. Very flat. I don't like hills.
No.
So maybe that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah, I don't do hills. We can't be doing hills. Not about that life.
I thought you were going to.
Sorry, I completely zoned out.
I thought you were going to rap on hills then.
He's a big Hills fan, actually. So it's disrespectful to talk about flat places.
Oh, I'm going to make an awful joke.
No,
don't. A terrible joke.
I'm going to move this on. So we were having a look, and you've been knocking about as a band for quite a long time now. Talk us through kind of like the start and your journey to where you've got now. Like what sort of progression and what sort of story has the band got from the start of it?
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Like way too long to not be famous, really. But like we started in 2008, and it was just like, it was a mess about, to be honest, between like me and my mates, and we booked our like first gig at the local pub for 30 quid. And like they ran out of beer. People were trying to like look through the windows. It was just too busy. It was like a health and safety issue. And then like locally, it kind of stayed that way for a while. And we kind of became like Lee's band, which is mint. Like I'm really proud of that. And then we didn't really take it too seriously. Like we've always wanted to do this, but it's always, we had to have jobs, and it was hard. And like, you know, you can't really commit to it fully because we wanted to be accountants. And we decided against that. Like, and I'd say probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, we were like, right, fuck everything else. I was working at Claire's Accessories, that's true.
Nice.
And I quit, and we all quit our jobs, and we were like, right, we're gonna fucking be skint, we're gonna make sacrifices, but we're gonna make this happen because, you know, this is all we want out of our lives. So we spent ages making our first album and signed to Warner Brothers. And it was like really exciting and a really big deal. And then some shit happened with Warner Brothers, and it was really sad. And I had a breakdown. And then I was like, right, let's get out of that breakdown. We signed a new record deal. We're like, right, 10 years in the making. We'll put our album out. It's all about now. Systems go, come on, let's do it. We put it out on the week that lockdown happened, like COVID, all our tour went. And I was just like, fuck, man, this is not meant to be. Like, this whole thing isn't meant to be. But we carried on. And then through lockdown, we were just like, right, what can we do to keep ourselves sane? And what can we do to like be creative? So we just spent every day writing. We spent every day making videos. We did a fucking covers album. We worked with like a full orchestra, like remotely. Yeah. I ended up doing interviews. Like I set up this like TV show thing, and like got Rick Astley on it, Frank Turner, like loads of like famous people came on it, and that ended up on telly. And it was just like, I think that lockdown really was like a big thing for us, and we built this like community around us of loads of people that are just like, I don't know, come to our gigs now and shit, I guess. I don't really like calling them fans because it feels like a bit more of like a community, and everyone chats, and it's like it's like a thing, man. And I bet every band thinks that or says that, but it really feels like a thing. Like I really love everyone. Yeah. And that was like kind of the time we really got to know loads of people. We're doing like Zoom calls with them and that, and like weekly. And and I think it really built from there. And then when we came out of lockdown, put out an album, got to number 11 in the charts, which I was fuming about because
the top 10.
And because like fucking Adele and Ed Sheeran, they bought up all the albums, didn't they? They bought up all the vinyl, so it was meant to come out in September, right? But because they fucking got all the vinyl in the world, we had to put it out at fucking Christmas. So it was a week before Christmas, and like the numbers we did. If we'd have picked a quiet week, we would have genuinely got a number 1 album.
Wow.
But because it was the Christmas week, fucking Rod Stewart and that, Elton John, they're all in there.
Mariah Carey and all that.
Gary Barlow, yeah. So we only got a number 11, which is 2 number 1s.
Yeah, it's good, really.
Yeah.
I love you calling Ed Sheeran as well. Alan
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like that was a brief history of where we're up to, and then like we've just done we've been doing a lot of collaborations. Like I think that's important, working with artists and stuff. So on that first album, we had Katie Tunstall, Frank Turner, Sleeper, who are like one of our favorite bands. And then we've got an album that I don't think I'm supposed to say yet, but we've got an album coming out soon, and we've done Shaun Ryder is on one of the singles, and it's massive. It's like so good. We've got another with Frank Turner, which I'm dead proud of, and somehow managed to get Boy George on a single as well, and he's he's properly famous, and he's so like it's a great album, this new one, man. It's like
fucking,
it's going to be the one.
I really like that because I think you see in like a lot of other genres of music, and especially like grime and hip hop and stuff that's quite big at the moment, like collaborations are everything. It's like the whole how you do it, whereas indie doesn't really do it. People do their thing, and
it's fucking stupid. It's mental. Like, what is everyone doing? Like, I thought that. Like, look at pop, look at hip hop. Like, that is what people do, and they come together and it works. Actually, I just thought, like, indie bands, if you listen to this, don't do it. Don't work. Just,
that fucking shit idea. Oh yeah, I think it is a really interesting approach, and it offers quite a lot. Like, you instantly see another name and you go, "Oh, fucking hell, okay." Like, how has that come together? And you listen to it, and then hopefully it makes something.
It's like a talking point straight away. It makes it interesting. It's good for press, and like, I get to meet all these people and work with you. Like, being in the studio with Shaun Ryder was a mental experience because it's Shaun Ryder. You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching him work. He's just the maddest guy. But like, you can tell, like, yes, you are a genius. There is a reason that you are Shaun Ryder, and it's really empowering to see that. He's absolutely batshit crazy, though. Like, his Ryder, his Ryder in the he wanted 8 cans of Guinness, McCoy's, but can't be the baked ones, and then Celebrations. And he just came in, the first thing he did, he's just like looking at the rider, he's like, I need a fucking pint glass, lad. I can't drink it out of the can. And I was like, shit, we didn't have one in the studio. So he's drinking it out of like a Sports Direct mug, which I just thought was like fucking class, like the big Sports Direct mug. And he's like, right, I'll have them crisps, I'll have that, I'll have the Snickers, the Maltesers, it's all his favourites. And he's like, I'll swap you for that, and just put a conker down. And I was like, yeah. And I've got his conker at home, and I thought that's fucking great.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh. Yeah, he's fucking mint, man. Like, what a guy. And he knew loads about us. Like, we're from like a very similar area, and he was like, oh, I used to live on the street where your mum lives. And I thought, that's just weird that he knew. Like, how does Shaun Ryder know where how does Shaun Ryder know? I look a bit like Shaun Ryder. And I'm a genius as well. And my dad ain't a musical genius. What the fuck's going on here? I have to ring my boss.
Yeah, it was Shaun Ryder, the milkman, round by you. You know.
But yeah, that's mental. And he's got like, I've got ADHD. You can probably tell by talking to me. But Shaun Ryder's got bad ADHD as well, and we bonded over that. And like the chorus, the song that he had to go in and sing, it's literally, the song's called Money, and the chorus just goes, money, money, money. And he was like, I should just say money, mate. And he was like, can you write that down for me? It's the same word 3 times. But yeah, if you want. Sure, whatever.
I fucking love it. That is quality.
It's good. I'm so glad when people like that live up to who they are. I mean, you'd hate to think I wrote with Shaun Ryder. He was just a normal bloke. He wandered in, wrote a bit of music, and left. Like, I love the fact he lives up to how he comes across.
He totally does. Boy George as well. Like, what an amazing guy. So engaging. Like, you talk to Boy George, and you just like can sense that you're talking to someone special. How you feel right now talking to me?
Exactly.
Like, you can really just. He's so brilliant at conversation, and like what an amazing man. Like, yeah, I feel really privileged and lucky to have worked with people like that.
The collaboration thing is huge, man. Like, I do just think we were talking about it the other day, because obviously all that we do is essentially just big collaborations of enjoying a conversation with people. Like, we're not really into like being an in-depth interviewers and stuff like that. It's more about having an interesting conversation. If people weren't down to jump on call and collaborate with us, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are. And it's necessary in all walks of life, all forms of creativity. I think, like, you look at even like artistry and stuff like that, the biggest things that happen, like especially like clothing brands is a prime example, are all the collaborations. They're like the biggest matter of facts, aren't they?
Yeah, as you said, it's only good to combine those brains together and just gonna make something even better, isn't it? Like, I think it's very clever. It's very exciting. That next album sounds very exciting.
Sounds fucking belter,
looking forward to that.
Oh, it honestly is the best. It's special. I feel like this all the time, and then I'll hate it in like 3 months. But I honestly do think that it is like really fucking good. Like, I can't wait to get it out there. I really can't. Surely I'm going to get famous.
You're pretty famous. You're doing famous than us. So.
Yeah.
I'm famous in like 4 takeaways because they know me order.
To be fair, we've got a top 10 and you haven't, so you know.
It's just,
don't be like that. That's horrible. You know what really pissed me off about that chart week? Like, I was like, what I really want is a fucking little trophy. And you get a little trophy when you're number one in any category. And I was like, yeah, fucking, at least we'll get number one independent album, like number one indie. That's what, that's what we want. And then fucking JLS, who are on BMG, can somehow have the balls to say that they're independent. And so fucking my fucking trophy is sat on, I don't even know what, Arishay's mantelpiece right now.
That's got your fucking trophy. That's
Aston doing fucking backflips with my trophy.
And that is a disgrace that they've claimed to be indie. What the fuck? You can't have that.
Innit?
Because they've done the same thing. They've gone, well, we'll definitely get a little trophy if we just say we're indie. We'll just fucking, we'll just take that one.
Yeah, I know.
Bastard.
Who do I complain to? Yeah, like, who do I complain to? I want my trophy.
So there you go. Most overrated artist, JLS. You know who
JLS.
Fuck them.
Fuck those guys.
Fucking hell. But have we got anything else?
I wanted to throw that question back at you actually, because I've got in trouble a little bit on this podcast. So who do you think are overrated?
1975 is our go-to answer. Overrated.
Yeah.
They are overrated.
Yeah, all right. But I went to see him. I felt like you. I was like, oh, his mum's on Loose Women. His dad's famous. Like, what? But I went to see him and I liked it. They were amazing.
They put on a show. To be honest, I have heard that.
I don't have any problems with them. Joe has the gripes.
No gripes. Overrated.
I don't mind them. I wouldn't say they're not in any playlists of mine, but they're
it's not what I've listened to, but you know what? Like, they were amazing. Like, they're doing that whole Talking Heads thing now, aren't they? Like, they've basically just rips off Stop Making Sense.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? Fair play to them. If they're like massive in America, fuck it. Like, I'm not mad at Coldplay. I think the first two Coldplay albums are incredible. Like Parachutes, Rush of Blood to the Head, two of my favorite albums on the planet. I strongly dislike most of what came after, but I'm mad at Chris Martin because I bet his fucking car's nice.
Like, you
know what I mean?
And again, they put on a fucking show, don't they? Like, it's not my sort of music. 100%. Fair enough. It looks decent live, so you can't really complain. But I don't know. Other than that, to be fair,
I'm trying to see what's come out recently that I'm like, what can
this is the issues. We only really obviously are focused on up and coming bands and stuff. So there's no one we think is overrated because the whole point is we're trying to fucking build up smaller bands. So we don't even listen to much
Who's your favorite then? Who's your favorite band at the moment?
I've been listening to a lot of Courtin's new album.
Yeah, it came out
today. That's really fucking good. Courtin's now it's very entertaining. They've like pushed the boundaries of everything they've kind of been known for and gone almost a little bit. I was listening to it and it felt a bit like you know how Gorillaz, their first couple of albums seemed really futuristic. I feel like taking it from being like Gorillaz was futuristic in a sense of like where like how in my head I pictured it of being like what the poverty-ish type of stuff's going to look like in the future. All of their
it's like steampunk. Isn't it? It was like that like
dystopian.
That was it. Whereas like I feel like Courtin have done a very similar thing, but they've gone for more of like everything's really shiny. Everything's shiny and made out of metallic material. Everything's made out of fucking aluminium, and it's really everything's
like robotic.
Yeah, lots of mirrors and everything. Like that's in my head. It's a little bit like the iRobot scene where he walks into the room and they're all standing there and they're like got the white heads and it's they're all really just fucking shiny and brand new out the packet. That's how that's what I've thought of while listening to that album this morning.
But they've our biggest but the biggest issue you see with a lot of like smaller bands is when they find something that works, and so they just do it again and again and again. Courtin have done the opposite. Like they're doing really well with like post-punk spoken word type music, and literally none of the songs on their album are like that. They've just gone like, yeah, we've done that and kind of tick that off, and then here's a load of other shit. And I love that. They've gone, yeah, fucking try something else. Whereas I wouldn't say they were overrated, but Sports Team's album came out today as well. And I listened to it and I was like, yeah, that's more Sports Team. Like, they're good. They're good. They're good at what they do. I like it, but that is just more of it kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, I like the way you both listen to music. I like that you listen to it and like feel it, you know, and imagine more than just like what's there. I think that's dead important. I think a lot of people, and I feel sorry for them, but I think a lot of people in the world don't listen to music like that. Music's become kind of disposable.
Yeah.
And it's not. Yeah,
it's TikTok's fault.
Yeah, it's TikTok's fault.
It's ruined
most
music,
things
mate.
on TikTok, most things on TikTok do my fucking tits in because it really annoys me. Actually, Central C, overrated as fuck. He has a couple of like that. What was the one they did recently? About Doja
How could
Cat.
I be homophobic?
My bitch is gay. Like he has.
I've seen that. That's trash.
It has like he has that bit, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's kind of like it's got a little bit of like something about. I'm like, yeah, let's put the actual track on, and there is nothing else to the song.
Nah,
absolutely nothing else to the song.
People are writing a good 20 seconds, and then.
Yeah, do you think that's a thing that people are just writing for TikTok?
Doja Cat's a prime example.
Yeah.
Doja Cat is only where she is because of TikTok, and she's hilarious and she's a really good entertainer, and her music is quite good, like on the grand scale of it for what it is and for it being written for these clips. But I do think that a lot of them are written to be in that like
people want a catchy hook, and then whatever's around it doesn't matter because it won't come up on TikTok, and then they get 100 million views.
Such a shame. It's such a shame because like the long form, you know, the album that is so important. The album is like fucking Pet Sounds, like Abbey Road, you know, like these great albums wouldn't have existed today. Maybe I don't know, man. Like, I think that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad, but I guess also pros and cons of TikTok. You know, you've got a lot of bands that have come out of it and are fucking really cool because you know you've got Crawlers. Crawlers are a prime example.
They're really nice as well.
They're lovely people, really really nice people.
Is it Polydor?
Yeah,
is it Polydor there with
Interscope? Yeah.
They're really sound and great musicians as well.
Unbelievable musicians. I'm still
I was dead chuffed for Crawlers actually because I was behind them. I liked them before Sex on Fire. You know what I mean?
So do we.
Yeah, so do we.
And I was chuffed for them.
Yeah, we found them like on Placebo, which was their second single they released. Like fucking when we first started doing all this stuff, and we were like, "Fuck, this band's good." Fuck, they're good.
Yeah,
they took to TikTok.
They deserve it. Yeah, it did. But they nailed it though. Like I got like a love-hate relationship with TikTok. And I don't think there's any love in it actually. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing on it. Like I feel too old for it. Like, and we had it, and we did like 2 videos on there, and they both like fucking blew up loads. And then like Nickelback were phoning me and shit. And then there was this whole Nickelback weird situation, which I'm not. I don't, you know, I'm buzzing with. Like, I don't know. Have you heard any of that shit?
No,
like,
what?
You did like a remix cover. It's still your most streamed song on.
Yeah, it is. It's going to linger around forever, I think. But that was just a weird TikTok because at the time everyone was doing sea shanties, weren't they? Like all kinds of postmen were getting famous doing sea shanties and that. So I was just like, oh, we need to get on TikTok. I don't really know what it is, but like everyone's doing a sea shanty, and I was on the phone to our guitarist Rob. I was cleaning my house, and I had this like Spotify playlist on, just cleaning playlist, and the tune that came on was just Rockstar by Nickelback, and I was like, "Yo, do fucking Rockstar by Nickelback as a sea shanty. I think it'll work. It'll be funny. We all just want to be big rockstar." And he was like, "All right, yeah, I'll do it." And we put it up the next day, and it got like fucking loads and loads of views.
Fuck.
And then I just got. I had a DM off fucking Nickelback, and they were like, right, we need to get together. Let's do this together. And I'm like, oh man, what is happening? So then I was on a Zoom with Chad Kruger and that, just trying to look at his house. Just looking at his kitchen.
I wonder what you were going to say about. I was like, what are you trying to get a peep at?
But yeah, so that was weird. So like, yeah, TikTok can like make mad shit happen. It really can make shit happen. But I feel like you've got to kind of know what you're doing. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but like was the example there. Like they were putting that. What is it? Take her name out of your mouth. That tune. That's the one that really blew up, wasn't it? And they were putting that same like clip of it out every day with like a different video, and it was building. And everyone was like, oh, so So that's how you do it.
Yeah, well, they got to a point. They got to a point where they were one of the trending sounds, like top 20 trending sounds on TikTok. Fuck, that was hard to say. And Kim Kardashian and her daughter have joined TikTok, and they did something with the sound in the background, just picking a trending sound, and you're like, that just is another level. Like, probably unknowingly, like they've just kind of boosted their career tenfold, because that automatically, that video alone gets 100 million views, and you're like, fucking, that's
like, even if you only retain 1% of people that go to your Spotify, then if you're getting 100 million, then that still blows you up massively into your music, doesn't it? Even
that's $1 million, isn't it? Quick maths.
There you go.
Million, there you go. You've nailed it.
It worked for my mate as well. There's a really good songwriter from around Manchester called Dan Fable. I don't know if you've come across him, but he's just like prolific songwriter. He's really fucking good. And he did a song with Venby. I can't remember the name of the tune now, but I would if I heard it. And that was like one of the top trending songs on TikTok, and ended up on like Radio 1 and everything. He's got a publishing deal out of it, and like it's
fucking.
So if TikTok, if you get on with it and you can do it right, then it's an amazing platform. But I'm kind of a bit more old for me, I think.
Yeah, it is still ruining music in general, I think.
Yeah. As an overall bad and good situation, I can't be dealing with all these fucking like Central C's and Doja Cats rearing their fucking head. Can't be doing it.
No.
Right. I just ignore it, man. I used to let myself get dead angry. I used to enjoy it, actually. I'd like scroll, and then if there was a band I didn't like, I'd be like, oh, cringe. Or, look at what they're doing. And then about a year ago, I was like, I'm just going to not do that anymore. Leave them. I'm just going to like let everyone. I mean, I became medicated, so maybe that's what happened. But I would just kind of like let it all go. And I just thought, people are just going to do the thing, and what I do isn't going to change it. And like everyone just like and then I just felt like absolved of all that. Like, I feel good about everything now. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, man. That's good to hear.
I think one thing we wanted to touch on quickly before we shoot off is the fact that you've played a gig in Northampton. Hopefully, from what we've Googled, because we didn't go, but
the Black Prince, Northampton.
Oh yeah.
If you can remember.
I think have we not got one coming up in Northampton?
You're joking.
Have
a little look. And we just thought we'd be entertained. I mean, the Black Prince is one of our venues for tomorrow, and we're Northampton based, so it's just wanted to see what your experience of it was, really, because there aren't many positive experience.
It's a rarity when people come. It's a rarity when people come down this way.
I don't know if I've got a gig. I think I might have a gig coming up on this tour.
No,
next month.
If you do,
you'll have
let us know.
Let us know.
We'll be there. We'll be at
you can buy tickets.
Yeah.
Buy tickets. Yeah, sure.
No, we're not even playing that. Yeah, we have done. I remember it being quite good. Yeah, I remember. I need to have a look at the venue. I can't remember. We do a lot of gigs, but I remember I know that I haven't done a bad one recently, so I'm assuming it was special, because they all are.
I'm sure they all are. Love it.
Right. Well, we'd have two final sections that we do in the podcast. We do one of them is we shout out an artist that we've been listening to recently that is really not getting the press they deserve, like really up and coming, that you think deserve to be heard by more people. So is there anyone that you're listening to at the moment?
We had Zuzu, didn't we? But if you've got any
Zuzu, if you've got any other ones that really do fit the bill, that are like underground, real fitting the vibe.
There's a band from Manchester called The Big Society that are absolutely incredible.
Nice.
And they don't get anywhere near enough the attention they deserve.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that. Joe, have you got one?
The one I'm going to shout out is actually, they're playing tomorrow as well, but it's Ask Elliot.
Yes.
Who have just released a new tune called Bending Over Backwards, and it's really good. And they're another one that everyone that I've shown them now loves them, like almost exclusively every time. It's normally like people are hit and miss and whatever, but the quality of their music, and they're really happy, and they're great songwriters, and they've got a lot of good music. So
yeah, it's good chill. They're good chill vibes, to be fair.
Yeah. So Ask Elliot, they've got a new tune. I would.
I'll check them out. I'll make a note. Yeah,
you'll like them.
Ask Elliot are really good. That track is fucking belter. I'm really liking Red Rum Club's new one.
I've not heard it, I think.
Vanilla. It is belter. They did a really
vanilla, your flavor, vanilla. I've not heard it. Is it any good?
I don't think it sounds like that.
Yeah, it's all right. That's literally what it is.
Yeah,
That's a good single. They're great. So they're on our label, like them.
Yeah, they're top lads as well. And I fucking love pretty much anything they pull out. I love the fact they use a fucking trumpet. I think that's belter.
Yeah, it's the brass in it. It fucking makes everything sound majestic.
Yeah.
We've put loads of brass on our new album.
Have you?
Collaborations, brass, all of it. It's all there.
That right. Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful. Love it. And the last question that we've been asking people when we're doing interviews this series is, what does music mean to you?
Fucking everything.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Short, succinct. I like it.
Yeah.
Superb.
That's it.
Everything. It is everything. Love it. Love it. Tom, thank you very much for joining us on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
I hope your festival goes well.
Thank you.
Check up the
Yeah,
you've got a great lineup there. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Bands, we need you. We need you. People are championing bands that fucking don't get enough attention and putting gigs on and that. Like, we really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Quality. We'll see if we can afford you for next year. See how
Very unlikely.
Right. Quality, mate. Thank you.
If you're still listening, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a review and a rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon now. I think you can leave a rating on there now as well. Leave it everywhere. Just follow us on our socials at the SR Podcast. Make sure you check Lottery Winners out if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Peace.
Lovely stuff, mate.